Hey guys, Sept here from AGRS with a first look and first thoughts of the Motorola Droid Bionic, a phone we've been waiting to see for quite some time. So, 9 months ago at CES 2011, we saw the Atrix version of this phone. That design Motorola didn't like, it didn't work very well, they scrapped it, went with a device that was codenamed the Targa, and that is the device that we have here in box today. Let's take a look at the outside packaging real quick. Droid Bionic logo with a sneak peek at the eye. Verizon, Google, and Motorola logos are on both sides of the packaging. And at the top we have 4G LTE, and it says certified. So, let's go ahead and get this out of its outer wrapper. Set that over there. And this is the top and bottom boxes. Peel that off, and there we have our prime specimen here. 4.3-inch QHD Pentile Matrix Droid Bionic. Pentile Matrix has gotten a bit of bad rap here and there. Certainly wasn't very good on the Droid X2 or Droid 3, but I don't know what Motorola managed to do. It does not look that bad on the Droid Bionic, and you don't get a lot of ghosting like we saw on the Droid 3 when dealing with blacks. So let's go ahead and take this out of its little carriage here, and we'll set that aside. Inside the box you'll get your manuals, your micro USB sync cable, and charging brick. I took those out. I've been using this phone for a couple of days, and I figure you've seen those cables once, you've seen them before. Something a little bit annoying, Motorola does require that you use Motorola charging and USB cables, or it either won't work or has some issues. It's something that's been reported to Droid Life. Annoying, not the end of the world. So, we'll get this out of its little carriage here. If somebody would like to send me a tripod, that'd be nice, so that I don't have to do these reviews one-handed. Forgive the fingerprints. I've actually had to reshoot this video a couple of times due to lighting issues. I'm actually shooting with my old Droid 2 because none of my other cameras seem to want to work today. So, aside from the fingerprints, it's a very big, very nice 4.3-inch QHD screen. In fact, I'm going to wipe this off for you guys, and I'll just cut this part out. Okay, we're back. Screen is a little bit dirty. Wiped it off for you guys. Not a problem. Anyway, right up front you see this nice 4.3-inch screen. Silver wrapper around it, and one of the first things you notice is that giant, non-hidden VGA quality webcam right up there in the front. VGA quality, not the best, but how much video calling do you really do? Let's take a look at the right side. You have your mini HDMI and micro USB. Nothing else on the left side. On the right side, we have a slightly low-placed volume rocker, which is nice because this is a very tall phone. I wanted to compare it to my Droid 2, but I'm shooting this video with it, so that would not work very well. And on the top, on the right side, we have a 3.5mm headphone jack and a slightly hard to press, slightly small sleep-wake key right here. It'd be nice if they would put the keys here on the side. It is a little bit easier to reach. So let's turn this on, and right off the bat you see that we do have the new blur, same blur that we've seen on the Droid 3, but without some of the bugs. As we scroll through here, see that little sheen that goes across the screen, across widgets and anything being displayed on the screen. That was a little bit buggy with the Droid 3. They've seemed to fix it here. Down here you get your standard navigation keys, menu, home, back, and search. They are a bit big, but they're not overly sensitive, so you're not going to miss touch, but you're going to hit it every time that you want to. Of course, it does have the silver chin with a microphone right here. And then, real quick, let's take a look at the back. It's Verizon's thinnest 4G LTE device with some very stylish curves. That hump is mainly due to the 8-megapixel 1080p camera. I'm not thrilled with the still photos that come out of this camera. I think it can be fixed with a software update, though. So hopefully Motorola will go ahead and do that. You'll be able to read all about that and see demo shots in my full review, which will be up in a couple of days after I've had 3 or 4 days to actually use this phone. So let's wake this back up, slide this across, put some more fingerprints on it for you. Down here you have your dock, which is always with you unless you get rid of it with Launcher Pro. I would recommend it. I'm not a fan of it. But anyway, you have your dialer. I use HandSense, so I've replaced the standard SMS icon with the HandSense application. Camera, you can replace these three icons with any application shortcut that you like, and then this is your launcher, which you cannot replace. Instead of a vertical launcher, you now scroll from side to side, and you can filter by all apps, downloaded, recent, and Verizon's bloatware, also known as VCast. And there's a lot of bloatware on this phone. Trust me, my Verizon, IM, Let's Golf 2, Slacker pre-installed. It would take too long to go through all the bloatware that is on this device. Simple fix, root it, ROM it. It is a locked bootloader if I remember correctly, so be careful when you're ROMing it. Basically go to Droid Life, read their warnings, and heed them. ZoomoCast, Motorola is very heavy about streaming media on this phone. Not just through services like Pandora, Spotify, and accessing files from Dropbox, but using your home computer and my very messy desk as a media server, which is what ZoomoCast does, and allows you to stream and access any file on your computer over any connection type, 3G, 4G, or Wi-Fi. I didn't have any problems accessing files or streaming music, but for the life of me, I could not get any movie format to work, even though their website says that any movie format will work. So, not the end of the world. I'm not going to leave my computer on all the time just to stream off of it anyway. You might be one of those who does that. I'm not going to. Also, a real quick design feature here is the screen is inset and then beveled down, which you probably can't see. Okay, you can see it right there. That bevel down. I don't know why they did it. It can collect stuff in the corners, you can see there. If you get a case, it does sort of cover that up a bit. I don't know why they did it. Design element, whatever, Motorola. Make this back up. As I was talking about, they're very media-centric, but not just consumable media such as audio and video, but creative media such as social networking. So if we go into the camera, and I really wish this had a dedicated camera key on it, but it doesn't. I'll just take a picture of my keyboard here. Watch it autofocus. Okay, took a really terrible picture of my keyboard, whatever. Actually, it takes a really long time to take the picture, and you'll think it's taking the picture, but that's just the autofocus. So let's try this shot again. There's my keyboard. So I'll touch here, and you can do this from the gallery application, but what you'll see is you do have your date and metadata information there, your sharing to all of your networks, email, Bluetooth, online albums, Dropbox, Google+, everything. But another thing you'll see is this sort of comment plus box that you see here. And when you click that, you'll either be able to do one of two things. Get this error message that says I haven't shared this photo with anybody, therefore I cannot comment or rate it. Now, what Motorola has done is they've taken that slightly fractured and annoying sharing and social features that we saw on the Droid 2 and finally tied them together into a cohesive experience on the Droid Bionic. And basically it allows you to comment, rate, and share all from the gallery application, respond to comments, everything right from one application, so that you don't have to jump into Twitter, Picasa, Facebook, or Google+, or all of your 100 other social networks out there. So overall, I like the device. The pentile matrix is tolerable. Very good colors, very bright screen. I have this on minimum. On maximum, you wouldn't be able to actually see the review of the phone because of it. It does fit well in the hand. Nice glossy back, giant battery. You may want to get either an extended battery or a Motorola's battery charging dock, which is a dedicated extra battery and dedicated dock to charge just the battery. It will allow your phone to go a little bit longer. I get through a day just fine with heavy 4G use. You may not. You can always turn 4G off in the menus, which you can go settings. keep after reminding myself, YouTube actually allows long videos now, so I don't have to stop this video yet. Anyway, wireless and networks, mobile networks down at the bottom is an added menu, and network mode is currently CDMA LTE. Just go ahead and turn that to CDMA only or 3G, and you'll save yourself a lot of battery life. I like 4G too much to turn it off, though. Talking about 4G LTE, one of the first things I did was run a speed test through speedtest.net's mobile application. Set this back down. And I don't know if you can see this, but right here it says 30.33 megabits per second down speed, and then 10.13 megabits per second up speed. This was the fastest test I got. I got this in a moving vehicle that was on the edge of Verizon's 4G LTE here in Tacoma, Washington. So it's amazing. And I've never gone below 21 megs. So 2184, 2150, 2781, 2732, and all of my upload speeds are 3 times faster than when I get here in my own home. 14.39, 955, 1324, 1425, and 1013. Absolutely amazing network. I'll go ahead and do a speed test for you right now. And it's varied. So it depends on how many devices are accessing 4G at the time. 130 millisecond ping. We're only getting 5 down right now. It is variable, but this isn't the best speed test I've seen. Actually, there, it jumped all the way to 6.13, so I'm going to rerun this test. Hopefully we'll get slightly better results. Okay, we're not going to get better results this time. Anyway, I'll post high-res pictures of all the speed tests I've done. I'll go ahead and run a few more speed tests for you. I think everybody's using 4G right now, so definitely I'd recommend you go into a store and take a look at this phone. See if you like it. If you've been using a real junker phone or you just can't tolerate your standard phone, you might want to consider going ahead and getting it. See if you can live with the pin tile matrix. If you can't, you'll probably want to wait for the HTC Vigor or the Droid/Nexus Prime, which is slated for sometime around iPhone 5 territory, which is going to be October-December time frame for both of those phones. So, this has been Zephaniah Washington from AGRS with a first look and first impressions of the Motorola Droid Bionic. Hit up the full review in a couple of days at agrstech.com. Links in the description. Rate, comment, help me out.